Giant pyramids, abandoned houses, evil, massive towers. This pack has it all. How's it going, everybody? It's me, your boy Waddles, and today I've got an old-fashioned data pack showcase for you. I've found one of the coolest structured data packs that I have ever seen. Leave a like for more data pack showcases. I love to make these things, and let's check it out. So my Minecraft lads, the pack that we will be taking a look at today is called Red's More Structures by Redstone Games B. This pack, a chef's kiss, the chef's kiss, and wait for it, one more chef's kiss. It's beautiful, it's perfect. 11 structures added to the game, and they're all so high quality. You see, I'm a vanilla main, which means I like things that fit seamlessly into vanilla Minecraft, or like feel like they basically could be in the vanilla game. All of these 11 structures definitely feel like that today. All of these structures are so high quality. Some of these structures have some pretty insane loot, like that thing over there, and then other ones, they're just more for like the ambiance, the vibe of the world. We'll start with this thing right here. This one is going to be a simple tower that you'll be able to find generating in almost every biome in the world with this pack. Out of the structures that we're going to take a look at today, this is one of the more basic ones. It's a pretty bare-bones, simple tower. We walk in on the first floor, right off the bat, candles. I love to see these things used in structures. They're so good looking. And I mean, we have so many colors too. Like, why aren't these used in more structures? Over here, we have a little bit of loot, and check this out. The amazing thing about this pack is the loot. It feels like vanilla loot. Like, obviously, a honey bottle, that's a little bit different than a normal vanilla loot table. But this is good. It's not like too overpowered. So as you can see here, this tower quite literally towers over the forest. It's pretty tall. But the thing is, over here inside of this tower, it's like a little bit of a parkour challenge. You climb up the ladder, you jump across. It's pretty simple parkour, my favorite kind of parkour. But the inside of the tower itself is actually like pretty bare bones. There's not much in here. Up on top of the thing, we have this loot chest right here. It's gonna get a little bit better, but again, as you can see, it's not too overpowered. Like wooden tools, it's trash, it's garbage. This thing is pretty cool though. I guess what you do is you like climb up here, you take a look at the world and check out like evil tower or some other structures, you drink the slow falling potion, and then you jump down off of this thing to the next structure. So this data pack, it's in development. It works for 1.19. But according to Red, the creator of the data pack, one of the problems with this pack is some of the structures sometimes generate like a little bit close. As you can see here, we have 4 random structures, and there's even more over there and over there. Airdropping in on the next one, and it's a small statue, is Mini Buddha. This is Mini Buddha statue number 1. You'll be able to find this generating in most biomes, and all it is to it, it's a small statue, some candles, amazing, and a loot chest. Or, even better for this pack, go in your world, explore, and find an abandoned house. This abandoned house, this right here, like this is better. Oh no, yeah, there's witches. The witches live inside of the abandoned houses. Yeah, watch out for those. We'll just go ahead and gear up a little bit so we can actually, like, you know, take this thing on. So, of course, we have the witch. I guess the witch is, like, the owner of this house. So, I don't know how, like, I don't know how ethical this is, like, walking in and just taking out the owners and exploring and looting the thing. Ethics methics. Look at the structure. It's beautiful. Clearly, it's like ruined. The witches should probably take better care of it, but it's like so good looking at the same time. This is better than my starter houses. It's so nice. So you walk into this thing, and right off the bat, of course, it's like kind of ruined, but inside of here, we have tons of things. I love the use of blocks like barrels and grindstones and structures. It adds more life and you know, just interestingness to the structure. So over here, we have a completely ruined enchanting room. Maybe early game, you find one of these things, clear it out somehow, and then like fix this room up. You have an enchanting table right there. The bookshelves is so cool. Another loot chest right over there, and then this, a secret room. Back over here in the main floor of the house, we have this other door. I guess this is like a back door or a side door or something like that. And then we have the ladder to go up to the next floor. Now, of course, abandoned house, it's completely ruined. You carefully move around and you find even more loot and a cake. 100%. This is the perfect thing for the abandoned house. And check it out. It's even like eaten a little bit. That's the lore of this house. Like whoever lived here, witches, were busy eating the cake and then some kind of disaster happened or something. Over here, we have a little side balcony, side patio thing. Love this, what do you call it? A pergola, that's what it's called. I'm sorry. English is not my first language, so I'm sorry. Carrying on up the structure, the top of the structure, we have the old master bedroom with a red bed, bookshelves, and everything. Like, obviously, as you can maybe tell from the tone of the video so far, I'm so excited about this pack. It's so interesting and cool. This structure, gotta be honest, it's in, like, my top 3 structures in this entire pack. Let's move on. Let's move on to this beauty right here. This small, simple-looking temple. Small, right? Well, check this out. In spectator mode, go under the ground, we can find out that this temple, oh, this is not small at all. This is a new revamped jungle temple. Now, fans of the old jungle temple, don't worry, it's still here. You will still definitely be able to find the old jungle temple generating, but at this point, once you see this thing, it doesn't matter about the old jungle temple. So I'm pretty sure the way in is another airdrop. We're going to want to jump in through the top of this structure, fall in here. We have vines all around and a staircase. Gonna have a lot of loot. We're not going to check out every single container, but the loot does definitely get better inside of this structure. The structure is also dark. To check this thing out, I've given myself night vision. Admittedly, the structure without the night vision, it's so much more of a vibe. Like, imagine something like this. We have dim candle lights, but like all over the structure. It's so cool and it's so atmospheric, but the night vision lets us take a look at it better. So first things first, kind of overpowered here. That skull right there, a wither skeleton skull, and then skeleton skulls as well. Obviously, this is a big one. You find a couple of these, and then you have the wither. Now, if we keep moving through the structure, lots of skulls all over the place. The skulls on the ground all over the temple definitely sets the tone for this thing that this is, like, not good. Probably cursed, and, like, most likely, we shouldn't be here. But if, you know, we just go ahead and ignore that and keep moving through the structure, we find these things. These are basically, like, tombs. You can see a skull inside of it, cobwebs, and then loot. The loot was buried with whoever that was before, and doesn't look like they're needing it anymore, so I guess it's mine. Carrying on through the structure, we're getting closer to the big center room, so even more hallways. Is definitely a bit of a maze. Now, over here we have a little bit of a decision. Do we go that way or do we go this way? If we go this way, it does keep going. It wraps around into a room with even more loot. The loot inside of this room, in case you're curious, is a little bit better, though. This loot seems to be like, maybe like one of the main rooms or something? I don't know. When I was younger, I wanted to be a paleontologist, but I had to settle on YouTubers, so you know. But anyways, even more tombs inside of this thing. The tombs with the chests are always going to be the better ones. Keep moving down this hallway. We have even more tombs, just tombs and tombs and tombs all over this thing, and even more tombs. Now this is where it starts to get a little bit better. As you can see, you walk in immediately, you have the wither skeleton skulls. That means it's going to be good. We keep moving in. Here it is, the big grand center room. Now, of course, mobs inside of this thing, but that statue, look at this thing. It's like, it's a villager demon. It's a villager demon with tentacles coming out of its skull. What? Like, what? Like, it's so weird. It makes no sense at all, but it's so cool. Inside of this thing, in the middle, we have the really, really good loot. A diamond sword, emeralds, enchanted book right there. Just this skull. This skull in the middle of the temple. This is it. This is the pinnacle of this entire build. It's so cool. The next structure that we're going to check out is nowhere near advanced, and it's actually the first structure in a category of 3 that you'll be able to find generating around your world. It's a simple oracle. I believe this one is called the Oracle of the Plains. Just like the name of it would hint, you'll be able to find this thing generating in your world in the Plains biome. Now you walk up to this thing in survival and look at it. It's really just a simple circular temple. Bonus points for the circles and the arches. It's like, this is like a dream come true. And then right in the middle, tiny bit of loot. That's really all there is to the structure. No hidden room or anything like that. Just a tiny bit of average loot in the middle of a circular shrine that you'll be able to find populating your world. It's nice, it's simple, and the aesthetic with the arches and the circle, well, it's perfect. So, that was the Oracle of the Plains. This one is called the Flower Oracle. You'll be able to find this generating in the flowery biomes, like the meadow, the flower forest. The Flower Oracle is admittedly pretty similar. You have a circular structure with arches. This time we have glow berries and flowers all over the thing, and then in the inside and the middle, we have a chest with even more average loot. As you can kind of see over here, this is like Oracle City. We have 1, that's 2 over there in the background. That is going to be 3, and then over here, this is going to be 4. And then if we move over this hill, there's the 5th one, and there's the 6th one. So yeah, these things can generate kind of close to each other sometimes. Of course, if this were to make it into the middle of the game or anything like that, they would be spread out more, but like the loot is pretty average, so I think that kind of makes up for it. Here we have the second mini Buddha statue that you'd be able to find generating in your world. Now this Buddha statue, admittedly, is pretty similar to the first one, except this time, it will only generate inside of the mountain biomes. Like this spot right here. Where it generated right here is like perfect. Like this is the aesthetic. This is the exact aesthetic. It's so cool. And then back to the oracles. The third oracle that you can find is maybe my favorite one. Look at the statue in the middle. It's such a small statue, but like the use of the ice blocks right here, clearly a person about to like hurl this chest somewhere. I don't know, like this is perfect. I need to remember this statue. This is like such a good statue. So next up, let's take a look at this dark, evil, looming, ominous tower. This is definitely the tallest structure in this entire pack. I mean, compared to the first tower that we took a look at, that is nothing. That's beginner material. This is massive. And not only is this tower massive, but it's also dangerous, or at least it potentially could be. You're gonna want to gear up first. So this dark tower, this is essentially a brand new pillager fortress. As we make our way up this thing, we'll have the chance to encounter pillagers, witches, and vindicators. Vindicators are insane. Those are dangerous, not good. But to offset the danger, as you make your way up this thing, you will be able to find loot like, oh boy, rotten flesh, beetroot seeds, bones. Oh, it's worth it. So this run, I can't lie, it's not bad. Making our way up to the top, we have the axe guide. No. That's enough of that. Mobs. We have a lot of bad mobs that really don't like you inside of this thing. You keep going up this thing and eventually you're going to reach the top. Up at the top, we have the good loot. Look at this chest. This is the best chest that I've found so far. You find this tower in your world. You battle your way up the tower all the way to the top floor, and then this time at least, I'm like almost fully suited out when it comes to diamond tools. However, at the top of this thing, look what's up here. Gonna be dangerous early game. You're definitely gonna want to gear up. I mean, look, it's that or, got him. So in this pack, we have 3 structures that are pretty sizable and significant. The first one that we took a look at was the jungle one. The second one is this thing right here. This is clearly, like, significantly much larger than some of the other structures that you'll be finding. But this one, well, this one on the other hand, it switches the tone up completely. Instead of being insanely dangerous and not welcoming at all, it's kind of a vibe, it's kind of welcoming. It's a simple, small house. This house is so small, so simple that you could almost picture this as like a piece of the village structures that generate in the vanilla game. It's really small. It's called the beach house. And that's all there is to it. There's a bed inside of it, there's a chest right there, and that's it. 100%, that's all. Just a small house on the beach. So, I've saved the best for last, or at least my favorite for last. If you made it to this point, you're my best friend. And you get to know about my recent fixation with ancient Egypt. So, true story, every once in a while I fall down this rabbit hole, this obsession, fixation with something. Right now, that thing is ancient Egypt. I've gone down this rabbit hole before, I'm down this rabbit hole again. I love ancient Egypt, it's so interesting. That's actually how I found this data pack. So this structure is a brand new giant pyramid that you'll be able to find generating in the desert in your world. Up on top of this pyramid, we have a gold block up there, you can kind of see it, and then we have a loot inside of this room. These things are statues, I think they're statues. They're a thing, we'll say that. And because it's dark in here, as you can see, there's mobs all over the place, so it's dangerous. Now over here, below this ruined statue thing, we have a hole in the ground. If we jump down into the hole in the ground, we have even more of the pyramid. In the middle, more strange statue things. Those are definitely eyes, right? Like 100%. That's an eye. Oh, you know what? I see it. I see it now. I see it all of a sudden. The pharaoh thing. It's like with the helmet thing and the eyes and then I guess that's the golden mouth. Yeah. It's a pharaoh. Yep. We did it, gang. We cracked the mystery. But actually, we didn't. Once we move into spectator and fly around the structure, you can see that all over the structure, hidden chests. There are chests buried all over this pyramid with loot inside of the chests. Compared to the jungle pyramid that you can find, this thing is way less of a maze. Instead, it's more of a, like, dig around the structure and hopefully find buried chests inside of the thing. Unfortunately, that's going to mean terrible news for the pyramid. It's going to get completely excavated and ruined, so whoops. But chests, and nonetheless, you dig around this thing, you will find buried tomb and chests inside of the buried tombs with even more loot. Of course, predictably though, the best loot, it's in the middle. You break your way into this head statue thing, and in the middle, buried, you'll find a chest with the best loot. It's simple, sure, it's straightforward, but you don't get it, It's a giant pyramid, giant ancient Egyptian pyramid. It's it. The icing on the cake, that's it. The video is over. So what do you think? Out of the 11 structures inside of this data pack, which one is your favorite? Let me know down below. If you liked what you saw and you want to check this out for yourself, the data pack is linked down in the description. It works with 1.19. If you love data pack showcases and you'd like to see more, then leave a like on this video. I'd like to end with, honestly, just another shout out to Red, because this is legit probably the most advanced structure data pack that I've ever seen, and it's so impressive. Like, it is so good. Red, this is perfection. Please come to my world and build structures. This is so good. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been me, your boy Waddles. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.